What's up guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and in today's video we're going to be going over what is this stock that Warren Buffett just significantly increased his position in. He now owns about $1.2 billion just of this singular stock. And yeah, so without further ado, let's just get straight into it. I'm not going to waste your time. So this stock is Nubank. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but we're going to learn all about it today. We're going to be doing a deep dive into it. We're going to be going over what is this company, how does it work, all their financials, and should you be investing in it too? And I'm going to give you a spoiler right now. This company is a buy. It's a buy, right? I'm going to tell you that right now. So yeah, so let's just get straight into it. Obviously you're here because Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett, he just increased his his amount of shares that he owns, and now it's 0.4% worth of his portfolio. That seems really small, but the amount of stocks he owns, it's actually pretty big. And a matter of fact, I'll show you. You can see on this website the top, all the stocks that he owns, and here are the top 10, right? And then after that, here, like it says 1, but that should be like 11, right? So after the top 10, so here we got New Holdings, right? NU. So yeah, so this is his 18th position in the portfolio. So this is higher than a lot of other ones like T-Mobile and many other, even like ETF. So out of 41 stocks, and this is his 18th stock on the list, that's pretty good. So I like to see that, as a new holder myself, I love to see it. So what is new? So new is actually, it's not a traditional kind of bank. Well, I hope you got that. New is a bank, a banking service, but it's not your traditional kind of bank. It's all online, right? It's all online. It's a fintech company, right? So there's not like traditional branches where you go in, to an actual physical bank and, talk to like a person. This is all online. And yeah, so there's a lot of different products they offer, just like a bank, but you can do it all from your phone or computer. And yeah, so they offer like cards, and we're going to get into all their products later. But yes, this is an online digital fintech company. And note though that this is a company that is not in the US. It is in Brazil and Mexico and Colombia and all of Latin America. So we're going to be getting into that later. But yeah, so what I do think you probably did notice by now is that this sounds very much like SoFi, right? Obviously, come on, you know me, I have to somehow talk about SoFi. SoFi, it's at least my top 3 biggest positions in my portfolio. But yeah, so I'm sure you notice a lot of people compare these two stocks, New and SoFi, because both of them are both fully online digital banks, right? And they're both very innovative, and we're going to get into that, and we're going to be comparing New to SoFi throughout the video also. So yeah, yeah, people like to compare New, say it's like the SoFi of Latin America, and I love to see that. But I like this meme because the guy's looking, his current girlfriend is SoFi, but he's looking at this new person, which is New, right? And he's like looking at them. And that's kind of like me. I'm, honestly, people are like, so which do you like better, SoFi or New? And we're gonna be getting into it, and you're gonna see why I might be preferring New over SoFi. So we're gonna be getting into it. But first of all, obviously, when I look at a company, you have to start from the top down. And so this is their CEO. His name is David Velez. This is a great looking guy, very, very young, as you can see him, his family. And yeah, so this guy, I'll show you a bit of background information. Don't pay attention to this right now, but look, so he was born in Medellin, Colombia. So he was born in Latin America. And so the reason he started Nubank, actually for a great reason, he's after seeing that 5 Brazilian banks controlled 80% of the market and charged high fees for basic financial products. So, and then also before he did Nubank, he worked at investment banking at Morgan Stanley and private equity at Sequoia, right? So he's a great story. Basically he's starting this company because he notices that in Brazil, there's like a monopoly. These banks are literally monopolies. And he's like, listen, I'm going to fix this because they're overcharging the people in Brazil. So, he has a great story. This guy he really wants to make a difference. And yeah, but I like to look at this. So founded in 2013, so very, very new. It went public as new holdings in 2021. So yeah, very even younger than SoFi on the stock market. And I had to change this because this is a little bit old article, but 109 million customers, right? Remember that number, right? People compare this to SoFi, but remember this number because we're going to use it later. And yeah, so Brazil, Mexico, Colombia. Those are the three main countries that Nubank operates in. So I also want to go over that he is only 43 years old. I always like to look at the age, everything about the CEO. He's only 43, right? And, I'd say one of the big reasons that I like Meta is because Mark Zuckerberg's only 40 years old, right? Like, this guy, David Velez of Nubank, he's not just going to, like, retire and, like, pass this on to some, like, crappy CEO, right? Like, he's in it for the long run, right? Like, even younger than Anthony Noda, who's the CEO of SoFi, if you didn't know. So it's a great thing to see when you have a young and, ambitious CEO of the company you're holding. All right, so next, I just want to give you just a general overview. We're going to be looking more into this later, but, if we look at their revenue from year to year, this is great, right? So 2021, this is in billions, right? So 1 billion to 4 billion, and that's 182% gain just in a year. So year over year, that's awesome, right? Then to 2023, 67%, now we're at 8 billion. Then 2024, now we're at 11 billion. Wow. So 48.2%. That's beautiful, right? These guys are just bringing it in every single year. And yeah, I also compared this to SoFi. You look at like SoFi 2021 to 2022, 59%, then 34%, 16%. So they're doing better numbers than SoFi. Like, okay, obviously Nu has a higher market cap, but if you look at the percentages that they're making, that's like SoFi's not even doing that. So I like to look at that. And then their net income. So what I wrote here, I said both have similar stories in regards to becoming profitable, which I'm gonna explain more. But basically, both of them recently became profitable. Yeah, so not too long ago, like as you could see, like SoFi became profitable just this year, actually, in 2020. Last year in 2024. Nu just became profitable in 2023. So both of these, both fairly new, online digital banks that have started to become profitable. So that's a great thing to see. As well, I'll show you on 1000x. Let's go to Nu. And we can see, yeah, so their EPS, let's look at a quarterly basis. So yeah, they became basically profitable in 2023 quarter one. So that's amazing, right? Look at this is their EPS right now, and look at where it's projected. So that's great, right? Oh, sorry, SoFi. And yeah, so SoFi actually became profitable quarter 4 of 2023. So that's great. So both of them are pretty similar in this sense. But let's keep going further. All right, so here we can see their customer growth. So this was in their quarter 3 earnings presentation. As you can see, sorry, I think I might be covering it. 109 million customers, current 109.7 million customers, right? 20 million year over year. Like, wow, they just gained 20 million customers just like that, right? And this is what's crazy to me. And yeah, so look, 56% of the adult population of Brazil is using Nubank. Like, what? And 84% monthly activity rate. Wow, right? Just absolutely wow. Their revenue is 2.9 billion, and from last year, 56%. Wow, that's for the quarter, 2.9 billion. Wow, so that's 56% year over year. Wow. And yeah, so it's just great to see. As you can see, in the beginning, we see they start in Brazil, and around 2020-ish, they acquired Mexico and Colombia. So that's amazing to see, right? And it's just been going up and up and up. It just skyrocketed, right? So This is just amazing to see, right? And next, I actually looked at I love this picture because this was actually in their ESG presentation, where it shows that they're the number one issuer of new cards, like credit cards and all kinds of cards in Mexico and in Brazil and in Colombia. So these guys are just at the top of their competition in these countries, right? So absolutely amazing. And yeah, I like to see this as well. New has been able to capture over 70% of the deposits in both Mexico and Colombia across all fintechs combined. Like, what the heck? These guys are just absolutely monsters, right? They're just like, wow. And yeah, so as I was showing you guys earlier, their revenue just absolutely skyrocketing as well. You know, as well as the CAGR. So yeah, this is just beautiful to see. You know, just quarter 3 2024, they're at 10, almost 11 billion. Like, what the heck? Wow, that is awesome. And yeah, so I want to show you guys also, yeah, from quarter to quarter. It's just beautiful, right? So we could see going like 53% quarter 3 2023 to 57%, 64%, 65%. Like, their revenue per quarter is just absolutely crazy, right? Like, you can see SoFi, you know, I'm just comparing it. I couldn't find like an exact table like this on the SoFi earnings presentation, but like, I just want you to know, SoFi is not doing these numbers quarter to quarter. Like, they're close, they're in the 30s ish, but these guys are like averaging like 50-60%, you know, revenue growth quarter over quarter. So wow. Or no, I actually mean year over year, sorry, but like year over year. So yeah, but it's just amazing, right? This company's just doing the numbers. And yeah, so both credit card and lending portfolios, it's been just going up, right? Their total, so you could see like their total portfolio has just been going up and up and up for credit card lending, and you can actually see that their lending has actually been increasing over time. Their credit cards have actually been going lower. So I don't know. I think that's a good sign to see. So yeah, their credit cards, it makes up like right now in quarter 3 2024 15.2 billion, and the lending is 5.7 billion. So yeah, it's a great thing to see, just increasing. It's just great, right? So I want to show this as well: sustained gross profit growth despite foreign exchange headwinds, right? I'm pretty sure that's what FX stands for in this case. And basically, because obviously they're a country that's in Brazil, right? So, and they operate in like Mexico too, right? With like pesos. So there's different currencies. And, you know, we're going to get into one. I think the headwinds they're talking about is actually what happened to the Brazil currency, right? There's actually a problem where the Brazil currency actually dropped for a bit. We're going to talk about that more too. But yeah, so they've been doing well, right? Their gross profit has still just been rising and doing well, you know, nothing crazy. And yeah, so even though there's, you know, changes in currencies, you know, going up and down, they're still doing great. Yeah, so I want to show you guys the products that they have, because they actually have a lot of products when I was going over this company. So obviously, you know, they have like secured personal loans and things like this, but I just saw there's new bank Ultravioleta expands benefits for international travel. So I was reading all about this. I was like, what the heck? You can go check it out, search up new bank Ultravioleta, but it's like a travel service they offer. And I'm like, what? So this bank offers a travel service? Like, if you go to other countries, like, they'll help you with financing thing. I'm like, what? Like, that's cool. And then they also have multi-currency. Like, you can have like different kinds of two free different currencies in your account. So that's like, what? Like, that's amazing that this bank offers that, as well as they launch new Cell. So I was like, what the hell? So new Cell, it's a new mobile phone service. So I'm like, what is this even a bank anymore, or what is this? Because they want to launch like a cellular service. And I'm like, what? I'm like, are we still a bank anymore? I think that's really funny. As well as even this, I'm like, Nubank offers Shein. They're partnering with Shein and other companies. It says, um, oh my gosh, like they're basically they have like a shopping part on their website or on their app, and you get 3% cash back on all your purchases that they're partnered with. And I think it said, yeah, so through New Pay, basically they have like their own so it's called New Shopping. Everything's called New. It's like, what the heck? So yeah, recorded 255 million, over 200, I don't know if you can read it, it's 200 partner stores. So basically on their website, on the new website, you can shop for like 200 different stores that they're partnered with, and you can get cash back on your purchases. So this is awesome, right? Like, I don't think SoFi offers this. I'm pretty sure they don't, right? This is like, I would even want to use this. Like, what? I can get money back on like a purchase that I make just by using their app. So that's pretty awesome, right? And yeah, so everything's called new sell, new whatever. And even so obviously, come on, this is New Bank. They got to have their own cryptocurrency. They got New Coin. I think they actually stopped New Coin, but it's just funny. So yeah, so they had like their own cryptocurrency, as well as, you can invest in crypto. Yeah, so you can actually send and receive crypto through their platform. It says we've experienced a 1,500% growth in transaction volume between March 2023 and March 24, and today we are one of the largest crypto platforms in the country. And I think they meant Brazil, but I'm like, wow, like what the heck? Yeah, so I think this is awesome. Obviously there have many other products you can. So yeah, I was actually going to show you the website itself. This is in Portuguese, obviously, because it's a Brazilian company, but I'm gonna put it in English. So yeah, obviously you can get like loans. You can do so yeah, along with the loans, they have this new consignado loan granted federal public. So like other loans, they have an investment service. Obviously, yeah, that's like just like SoFi. You can invest through their platform, which is pretty cool. Little boxes. I actually just searched that up. That's basically like budgeting. They help you do budgeting, just like SoFi and other fintech companies. They have their own credit card. They have picks on. I'm actually kind of confused about if you understand this. Pay with your credit card. Don't use your account balance on conch. I think that's also probably has to do something with budgeting. I'm actually not too sure. If someone, I don't know if someone speaks Portuguese, they can read it and understand. I'm honestly kind of confused. Credit card bills. Sorry, like more credit card stuff. Installment purchases. Obviously, like most banks. Virtual card. I think that's kind of like an Apple Pay, I guess. Additional card, additional physical credit. Okay, you can digital wallet, life insurance. Wow, like that's pretty awesome. Cell phone insurance account. Like wow, oh my god, it just keeps doing it. Like payment assistance, shopping, and then yeah, back to so yeah, they even have the shopping too. Like high income clients, ultraviolet. It's like a travel service, life insurance. Like they got everything here. Wow, a new I think that might be a typo. I think that's supposed to say new shopping or whatever. But absolutely awesome. I thought I like to think that like he was the one who wanted to stop the monopolies, but he seems to be making the monopoly here. That's like everything in one shop. Anyways, so yeah, we look at the average revenue per active customer, RPAC. It's just it's amazing, right? So active customers using Nubank as their primary banking account, around 60%. That's awesome. Number of products per active customer, around 4. Like that using 4 of their products, that's a lot, right, for a bank. So yeah, and then you can see like the average revenue per active customer, average about $11 in dollars. So that's great. That's great to see, and it seems like it's going up. In 2024, it's staying pretty neutral, right? So that's a good thing to see as well. And yeah, so I like to also see their what's it called? They have 7,000 employees across the world. You got Germany and Brazil, Uruguay, Colombia, Mexico, even in the US. I also like to see it says here, we are hungry and challenge the status quo. So I think that this is an ESG presentation, obviously. It says, we want our customers to love us fanatically. I'm like, okay, this is this is nice. You know, we think and act like owners, not renters. But yeah, this is what I was also, this is where it gets real, right? So after what I've shown you, you know, they're doing these crazy numbers, right? And I'm honestly, leave it in the comments below if you've heard of New before, but look at the numbers. Like, compared to SoFi, their PE is only 33 for the amount that they're doing. 33 PE, that's good, right? Like, for a stock like New, I think that's awesome, right? And look at their forward PE too, 21, two-year forward PE 18. Like, what? This is amazing, right? You know, SoFi still isn't profitable for past 12 months, but you know, New has. And wow, 355% EPS growth. What? And then this is their expected. And then the revenue growth for the 12 months, 54%. What? And their gross margin, 73%. What? Like, when you see, I say this all the time, but when you see gross margin going up and up and up for a company and it's really high, that means that they are beating their competitors, right? That means that they're able to, you know, they don't have to like lower their price or lower their prices, you know, to beat anybody else. Like, they are doing well. So that's an amazing thing to see. And wow, it's just, for a 33 PE and nobody's talking about this company, you know, I think that's amazing. Sorry. So yeah, I just want to show you on TradingView real quick. Let me boot up TradingView. So if we look at TradingView, so we can see New has been going up and up and up, and we just took a huge dip, right? We just took a huge dip, right? Wow. So yeah, like 30-ish%, like, that's crazy. Like, you can get, that's the thing. You're getting these shares at such a good price, right? Like, what's it called? Warren Buffett, he increased his position like around here, right? He went from 0.1% of his portfolio to 0.4%. So even Warren Buffett's taking advantage of this opportunity if you really think about it, right? So like their all-time high is around 16-ish. Now we're trading in the 12s? Like, what? Like, that is absolutely, like, I'm telling you, we're not seeing these prices again. Like, we're really not. And even if New drops below 12, goes down even, you know, in the 10s, 11s, I'm just going to be loading. I'm just going to be loading and loading. Just like SoFi, you know, on Monday, it's SoFi's earnings. If SoFi goes down to like $14, I'm just going to be loading just up on more and more shares. So that's just amazing. And yeah, so you're probably wondering, what was the drop in the stock for? Like, why did it like just go down so much? And I think the reason was because of this little thing that happened in Brazil. So it says New stock corrected due to Brazil's macroeconomic struggles. As well, yeah, Brazil's currency weakens amid government's delay in announcing new fiscal measures. So realistically, I think what happened was there was a slight problem in the currency, the Brazilian currency, and people got worried. They're like, oh no, this is going to affect New stock because they're based in Brazil. But realistically, I don't think it's going to be that bad. As well as I was reading this from, I forgot what I think this was on Yahoo Finance. I don't know what exactly article, but it said, yeah, so but the thing is, they generate revenue in Brazilian, like Brazilian reals. So like the Brazilian currency, Mexican currency, and Colombian currency. So it's like, realistically, you know, if the Brazilian currency drops, first of all, they're probably going to be fine, right? And second of all, it's like, yeah, so it's like they're operating in other countries too. And they were also saying in this article that New remains unaffected. Our due diligence suggests that New remains unaffected. But yeah, so, you know, they even wrote here, importantly, we continue to believe that New is a rare business with a combination of large market opportunity, a strong moat driven by its superior cost structure, which is true, and a brilliant management team, which we went over, right? So I think that this is a great opportunity. So yeah, and also it says, you know, the release of long-awaited spending containment measures, despite earlier signals of imminent amount. Basically, the currency is weakening because of a macroeconomic struggle. Yeah, it's fell against 1% against the U.S. dollar. So, yeah, it does make sense. People, investors get worried. They're like, oh no, this is bad for new stock. But realistically, I don't think it's bad. I'm reading articles. It doesn't seem like anything's too crazy going to happen. And I think this is just a buying opportunity. I think we just got a great buying opportunity. So, yeah. And then, in conclusion, I just want to show you New and SoFi. Their revenue is projected just, wow. Like you can see here. So here is their revenue currently for New in the trailing 12 months. It's just projected to just go even higher. They think it's good Q4 2026 and like oh my gosh, like almost 20 billion. Like that's insane. Same as SoFi. You look at SoFi right now. This is our current revenue. They think it's just going to keep going up and up and up. So that's amazing. That's amazing to see. But yeah, so one of the last things I do want to bring up is that, look, 66 million Mexican people, or people that live in Mexico, are unbanked, right? 51% of the population does not even use a bank, right? That's insane, right? And 34 million Brazilians are just unbanked, right? So like 1 in 5 adults, right? 20%, almost about 20%. So, and as well, I saw this as well in Colombia, about 40% of the population is unbanked, right? But what does this mean? Basically, this means that a new bank has like such a huge and wide, a population that they can still market to, right? Like there's a whole population that that hasn't even been tapped into yet. You know what I mean? Like how there's so many people in these countries who still aren't even using a bank. And I feel like new is just gonna, it's gonna make it easier and more affordable to them and just more easily accessible to these people. So this is an amazing thing to see. Like if you search up like percent of unbanked Americans, it's probably like much, 4.2%, right? It's like SoFi, for example, that's much less of a population they can, try to get into, you know what I mean? So this is amazing to see. So yeah, as you see, notes that I put, very low price because of Brazil currency dilemma. I think this is just a buying opportunity. Like we got this little problem and we're just gonna use it to our advantage. And another thing that I said, Wall Street hasn't found out about it yet. That's obviously there are people on Wall Street who obviously like they know about this stock obviously, but like what I'm trying to say is that like in the mass media, like people don't usually talk about New Bank, right? Like they're always talking about SoFi or like all these other companies, but New, they haven't yet found out about it, I feel like. And once they do, you're gonna see that price just skyrocket. And I even said even Warren Buffett's taking advantage of this opportunity. Like you don't even have to believe me. You can just look at Warren Buffett's portfolio. He's just increasing his position in this stock after the recent downturn. So don't believe me. You could trust the greatest investor on planet Earth. So, and I said they're basically beating SoFi in their respective countries. When we compare it to SoFi, they're doing better. They are increasing their revenues and everything just faster and better. And also, also I wrote most of the Mexican population isn't even using a bank, but this is for all three of the countries, Colombia, Mexico, and Brazil. Like you saw, only America has only 4.2% of Americans who aren't using a bank, but each of these countries has at least like 30, 40, 50% of the population's not even using a bank, right? So that's such a high like population amount that hasn't even been tapped into, and that's what New's going to do. New's going to capitalize off this, business opportunity. So I'm really happy. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. And I think that New, it's going to be doing well. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm just buying and buying New. I wish I had bought, earlier. I'm buying in like the $12 right now. That's my like cost average, but I could have been buying at 10, but yeah, hopefully you watch this video in time before the massive like surge upwards. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.